Hey guys, it's Eli the Tree Guy with Canopy Cast. Today we're going to be talking about the All-American Reptile and Plant Expo that happened in Fredericksburg, Virginia in March of 2026. Get excited, there's a lot to see. As you walk into the main floor, there's over 80,000 square feet of floor space with 110 vendors of plants and reptiles. And you'll see tortoises, clownfish, albino bullfrogs, even this spiraling cactus, leaf insects and praying mantis, all sorts of snakes and monitors like the blue-tail monitor, purple plants, deep red bearded dragons, a mossy frog, IMG boa constrictors, panther chameleons, ball pythons, and so much more.
Hey people, Brent from superconda.com, Western hognose snakes. We're going to show you a cool little item we've produced. Mr. Two Brains, two-headed hognose snakes. It's a male, 2 years old, thrives, does well. Have a large variety of pretty much everything you would want. Sables, albinos, super arctics, super condas, snow condas. But I will show you my favorite. And it's got a lot of genetics in it. We have a super arctic conda Mai Tai. These things are purple throughout their entire life. These things are a little cold, so they're moving pretty slow. But this is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, there's a lot of genetics in this snake.
Yeah, I really love that purple. It's not a color you see too often.
Hi, I'm Christina from ANC Geckos. I breed the leopard geckos. Have a really good selection today. I have a proven het blue amber eye boy that is stunning.
Wow. That orange is incredible.
Yeah, he is an absolutely stunning gecko, and his babies are the reason he's on the table. So I have a lot of the Joker lines. My Joker lines come right from Matt Baronic, who created it. And the oranges and just greens and other colors that you can pop out of these Joker lines are insane. They're a great pet. I got my first leopard gecko when I was 7 years old. There was one at a pet store. I begged my dad, and then that spiraled into me learning about genetics. And I have been breeding them off and on for about 20 years.
Hi, I'm Mark Slackoff with Smart Exotics. We're from Falling Waters, West Virginia, and I have with me today a Cruzia hyla sylviae. This is one of the larger of the Cruzia hyla frogs that are in the hobby. Now this is just a juvenile. Females will be about 3.5 inches to 4 inches in size. Males will be about 2.5 to 3 inches in length as well. Unique identification marks with the barring down the side. These are an amazing frog. We've got a melanistic morph with us today. We've got the double recessive pink bubblegum, and then also the albino morph with us as well. Yeah. So these are the three morphs we have with us today for the red-eyed tree frogs.
Yeah, just the coloration on these is incredible. So vivid, really catches your eye.
So I said these guys are not as docile.
Yeah, no, they're definitely, playing Frogger.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hi everybody, my name is Khadija. I am the co-owner of Julius Natural Shop, and today I'm going to explain to you some of the plants that we have on the table. When it comes to Julius Natural Shop, all of the plants are organically grown. We do grow them ourselves. Since we are at the Reptile Expo, we decided to bring out plants that will be great for reptiles. For example, we have the golden pothos here. Not only just good for reptiles, but it's also really good for new beginners when it comes to plants. Then we have some stranger ones, kind of like the mermaid's tail here. which are basically two cactuses grafted together, but they're some of my favorites, so I like to bring them on the table. We also have some bonsai here. If you check out the pots, I mean, look at that, isn't that cool?
That is really fascinating.
Yeah.
Guys, check this out. This is a Parson's chameleon, the largest chameleon species in the world. And these are from Madagascar. And one of the things you can't really, see from the video is just how soft this animal is. And its ability to grip is just incredible. So super cool. And I'm with MKM Chameleons here. Very thankful for the opportunity to hold this.
So I'm Jeff with Heartleaf Tropicals Mantis Nation, based out of Nashville, Tennessee. We breed over 30 species of praying mantis, stick insect, beetle, millipede from around the world. The praying mantis is the smartest insect in the animal kingdom. They are very cognitive. They build bonds with people, so they're an imprint animal, so we sell them while they're babies. Usually if she wasn't eating, she'd wave hi. They love to be held, love to be interacted with. They're a very simple, easy pet. And then we do all different types of leaf insects. The leaf insects currently only eat leaves, and the stick insects. Different types of plants from around the world. They're harmless. Great pets. And then we do have over 15 species of beetles that we breed and raise. Right now we're waiting for them to get here, but you'll grow a beetle from larval stage all the way up to full adult beetle. And then we do all the bioactive, chemical-free plants for your dart frogs, for your gecko tanks, and everything from micro and mini orchids. So they stay tiny. They bloom just like normal orchids would. They just stay small. And then all the bromeliads and all the plants all the way around.
Hey there, my name is Eddie. I'm with Prop and Grow, and we are a small nursery out of Tampa, Florida. Let me show you one of my favorite plants that I have here today. Begonia furrow. You can see those spikes, and they do not hurt. They do not hurt. This is a variegated peperomia watermelon. You can see the white splashing in the leaves. This is a regular peperomia watermelon, and I like it because the leaves are shaped like watermelons. But the variegation on these is stunning.
Yeah, that's super cool.
So me and my wife originally, we wanted to decorate, and we picked up a few plants when we went out to do that, and just fell in love from there. We enjoy just caring for them. They're like our kids.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Chris from BNS Reptilia, and I'm just gonna show you guys some pine snakes and some bull snakes. This is a northern pine snake. This is the second largest colubrid in North America. These guys can get 6 to 8 foot long. This guy right now is maybe pushing just about 5.5, give or take. A nice big male. The beauty of these guys is they're a North American species, so you don't need any fancy heat, no fancy lights. So right here we got blood pythons. These guys are pretty cool, but can be a little moody at this age. They can be a little defensive and striky, but you gotta be persistent with them. This one just shed. Colors are beautiful on it. This is a T-positive blood python. They have the batik, which is what this different pattern is on this guy. And you can see it, individual animals, their moods, vary. This one's not too bad, but it doesn't take long for it to want to jump. These guys will calm down, like right now you've just seen them both try to bite me, but you give this animal about 3 months and working with it, it will calm down. My adult female is about 5 foot, and she's sweet. Once she knows you're not feeding her, she's fine.
Hi, I'm Jeff Sieverts. I own Simply Pets in Chesapeake, Virginia. I've been in business about 20 some odd years. We do a lot of turtles, a lot of tortoises. That's kind of our passion. All of our tortoises come from small breeders who do it as a hobby more than a business. Most of them it's a second income type thing for them. We've got a retired sheriff who does it for a while. that kind of stuff. These are true Brazilian cherry heads. The guy we got these from is a retired sheriff's deputy. He actually imported them from his parents from Brazil 20 years ago. He's been breeding pure lines for 20 some odd years. Especially the cherry heads, the redfoot tortoises, they're a type of redfoot tortoise. They're very, very personable, and they're kind of like having a dog in the house. They'll walk around and follow you around. We kind of joke because tortoises begging in our shop looks like they walk up and poke you on the ankle and stare at you because they want their morning. One wants a banana, one wants papaya, one wants some lettuce today, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And they know who gives it to them, and they know how to beg for it, just like a dog.
Hi, my name is Sita. I'm here with Burns Reptile Toppers. We're from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I make nutritional toppers for pet reptiles. I started this because my bearded dragon stopped eating her vegetables, and so now I make all kinds of toppers for geckos, for bearded dragons, for tortoises and turtles to really make sure that they're getting quality nutrition and you feel good about keeping your pet reptiles nice and happy and healthy. You know, it started as kind of a joke, and now I just do it every time because it just brings smiles to people's faces. And, you know, these are some of my personal pets, so I just bring them to, you know, show them off and, you know, bring some attention over to my toppers. But it's fun, it makes people happy, and, you know, that's all that really matters, you know, putting a smile on people's faces. So all of my products are organic. I make them myself. So there's no byproducts, there's no icky ingredients. I gut load the bugs before I turn them into powder and everything. So I have a lot of clients like that. You know, mom wants a gecko but doesn't want bugs. Here's your alternative.
Hey, how you doing? Sunny from Hirsch Dragons. This is my fiance Jessa here. We specialize in high-end bearded dragons. Typically red monsters is what we specialize in. We do have some 50% red monsters and some tigers. So we try to cover all aspects of the price range of dragons so we can fit everybody's needs here. This is one of our adult male breeders here, Vader. He's one of the popular guys here at the show. And then we got some cool leatherbacks here. So you're gonna have either the mom or the dad be a leatherback, and then you get a certain percentage of leatherbacks out of the clutch. They're great starter reptiles for families that are just looking to get into a reptile. They kind of call the dog of the reptile world. They're very docile, very calm. They enjoy being held. They like hanging out with the family. And the more you handle them, the more personable they become.
Hey, I'm Lindsay. This is Ariel. We're Sterling Exotics. We've got lots of really cool frogs. You're gonna see the Pac-Man frog right here. This is a high red ornate Pac-Man frog. We do specialize in Pac-Man frogs. We've got some pretty cool colors going on. Some sunbursts and strawberries and all sorts of pretty colors.
Wow, yeah,
very
vivid.
Yes, they come in lots of different colors. Now the girl right here, the high red ornate, they are kind of a subspecies. But we bring her for this size so that people don't take a baby Cranwelly home and expect that it's gonna stay that small. That would be really bad. Yeah, tomato frogs too, yes. Yeah. And the chubbies, we've got albino chubbies. We breed all of this stuff, so we work with it. The white street frogs are probably one of like our main deals. We've been breeding them for almost a decade now. They come in a lot of different colors as well, really pretty frogs. They do get to be rather big, 3 inches for males and 4 to 4.5 inches for females. But the other thing that's kind of our main deal are hognoses. Those are kind of our main things that we do, are the frogs and the hogs.
Hey, I'm Gary Poinsett. My wife Carrie is over there. She's talking to customers. We are feared to fascinated. We breed and specialize in arachnids, mostly tarantulas. We do a couple of true spiders as well. Tarantulas are not as scary as you think they are. Actually quite docile. And I'll bring one out so we can show her off. This is a Telodicotl sabulosus. It is the Guatemalan red rump. As the name says, they're from Guatemala. Usually a very chill, docile tarantula. These little hairs on their abdomen, those are called urticating setae. they will kick that off as a defense mechanism, and it can get pretty itchy.
Hey guys, Melissa with Nature's Nook. I'm based in the Treasure Coast, Florida. One of my favorite plants is going to be a parlor palm. They mimic bamboo, really good for New Caledonian species, along with all different types of day geckos. I specialize in houseplants, all made with ABG substrate, no pesticides, no fertilizer, all safe to put into bioactive tanks, just like that one. So hydroton is your main base. This is going to be your drainage layer. Super, super important. This is going to be the first thing you layer down after you silicone one of your tanks to be waterproof. And then you can use a naturalistic base. Instead of mesh, you can do an orchid bark, charcoal, and then you're going to put your ABD substrate. What I like about the hydroton is when you're building out enclosures, you can make a hole, plant your plants all the way down into the hydroton, and it's going to root underneath. It's going to hold that moisture, and it's going to last longer. So my parents own Mid-Florida Display. They're based in South Florida along with Tennessee. They are kitchen grade, made in the United States. They are basically a plug and play for reptile keepers. There's heat and LED already built into it as well. And they custom design them, so you can have marble, white, gray, purple, black, blue, anything you want. Mid-Florida Display.
Luquillo Exotics, we're out of Richmond, Virginia. We just do local shows around here. We have some Luchiani geckos on our table. It's what we breed most. They're from New Caledonia, very easy to take care of. They're nocturnal. They don't require any UVB lighting or extra heat. They live at room temperature, basically. We keep our lizard room at about 74 degrees. They're nocturnal. You don't see them much during the day. They typically hide. They eat a powdered diet. You don't have to feed them bugs or calcium or anything like that. It's a complete diet that they eat. We got into this. My wife, we went to a reptile show and she picked up a lychee for the first time. And if you've ever held one, they got a very unique feel to them. And she fell in love with them. And that's, we started off with a couple and this is where we're at now.
It's Trena with Green-Eyed Vines here in Fredericksburg. And we are a plant store in downtown Fredericksburg. This is a really cool anthurium. It is a Tim Anderson anthurium. And then we have a Peru monstera. We also have some Scindapsus and a lot of alocasias. This one's my favorite alocasia. It's a dragon's breath.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll show you my favorite succulent. They're called baby toes. And they're really cute. And then this is a spiral cactus. Yeah. And they will grow and they'll just keep turning as they grow up. And they are cool because you could touch them right here and the spirals are just on the spines are just on the edge. Oh yeah, these are monkey tails. These ones are the softer cacti, so if you pet it the right way, they don't poke you.
How's it going? My name is Emilio Hernandez. I own Nightfall Exotics. I specialize in a variety of obscure geckos, and I focus on the Goniurosaurus genus of cave geckos. This right here is a male Japanese cave gecko, Goniurosaurus orientalis. This is a particularly high pink individual, and as you can see, these guys, unlike their leopard gecko cousins, have a much more slender build and have much more vivid coloration naturally. So these guys will make full use of their enclosures. They are more tropical than the leopard geckos are. So the cave geckos are found throughout China, Japan, and Vietnam, and they inhabit much more humid environments. And I would say make sure that first of all you are prepared to have an animal that you cannot handle as much as you could say a crested gecko or gargoyle gecko. While they are handleable when they're fully grown, it's definitely good to treat these as more of a display animal that you handle when you really need to.
Well, thanks for taking the time.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon. My name's Paul Hutchison with Windmill Heights Garden Center. We got a selection of different houseplants and succulents here. We're a garden center out of Culpeper, Virginia. And one of the succulents that I really find amusing is this little succulent called pickle plant. And all the little spikes on it. It looks just like a little cucumber pickle. And they're not spiky, you can touch them, they're really soft. I don't know, I like pickles, I like cucumbers, and I'm like, man, it's a perfect little plant. So one of the challenges a lot of people have with succulents is they like really bright light. And if you put them in a shady bedroom, they really are not happy. So I always tell people, pick the brightest room of your house for succulents. They're super easy to grow as long as you've got the light. So spider plants and wandering Jew are some of the easiest, toughest, lowest care house plants you could possibly find. And they can take pretty low light. They can take being overwatered a little bit. They can take being underwatered a little bit. So they're just very forgiving. And then from there, you know, you can deal with the more challenging plants.
Hey, I'm Andrew Halverson of Project Nerdify, and I do 3D printing out of Williamsburg, Virginia. It started about 3 years ago, and it's amazing what a small business can do. So started with about 3 printers, up to about 18, and love every chance I can get to come up with new designs and create new things, bring concepts to life. So my favorite one that I've done recently are these starfish. So they're more of a chainmail type design. Whoa. So they move like fabric.
Yeah, that is psychedelic.
So they're definitely stimulating. So a lot of people with like neurotypical, like ADHD, autism, love these. I have about 10 different artists that I pay for commercial rights from, but they do all the CAD work, and essentially it's like animation like you would see at Disney, but it's a still image that you can pull into a slicer program on a computer and tell the printer exactly what to do.
All in all, guys, super cool expo. I really enjoyed it. Special thanks to Eddie from Prop and Grow. I got this, I believe it's a cactus with these small little pink flowers, super cool. I really had a great time there. And probably the best part, honestly, was the people, just being able to talk to all the vendors. It was super family friendly. You know, everybody took the time to, you know, interview, just talk about what they had. You could see the passion really coming through for what, you know, the vendors were selling, and just their passion for the culture and the industry around reptiles and plants. So super cool. Would definitely recommend it to anybody thinking about, you know, maybe just buying some houseplants even, all the way to experienced reptile keepers. So I'll definitely be attending this again at some point. And just thanks again to all the vendors who took the time to speak with me. Really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next episode.